Hi everyone, this is Esateys. Have you ever tried to sell a steak to a vegetarian? Well, let me tell you, I'm going to speak about that today and how you can actually do that. Now, you may think that this has to do with sales. Well, it does have to do with sales. But don't forget that you are selling every moment of every day. You're trying to sell your children on why they should do something. You're trying to convince your partner, which is selling them on what it is that you want. We're all going through the process of selling. That's why it's always comical when people say, I don't like selling. I don't want to have anything to do with selling, and I don't want anybody to sell me. But what's important to realize is we are always selling. We're always trying to convince somebody. And maybe if we're not convincing, the least that we're doing is we're telling about something that we're very excited about. Have you ever been with a child in a store or watched somebody with a child that has a absolute passion to have this specific stuffed toy, and the kid is screaming and yelling, I have to have it, like he's gonna die. And then the mother is embarrassed and she's thinking the kid is gonna die, let me tell you, if he doesn't shut his mouth. But the bottom line is that that kid has focus and desire of what it is that he really wants. He thinks he needs it. Well, what about somebody who you might think wants something that they don't need, and you're trying to go, you really need it, you really have to have it. And have you ever noticed what it's like when they are in a place where they are absolutely just not interested? Have you ever wondered why that is? And have you ever really tried to put yourself in a position where you're trying to go against the flow? Well, most people do. It doesn't matter whether it's with your children, your partners, or whether you're in your business and you're doing it with the people that you're trying to sell, convince, talk into, or maybe if you were thinking about it, you would change that all around and say, I just want to educate them. Now, in sales with business, it's a lot easier to do. When you have that screaming 4-year-old, he's not so interested in the logical facts of why it doesn't work to have a stuffed toy right now. Not going to really listen to you. So as a result, you have to really be thinking about what it is that you're going to do with that child. But let's take away all of those specifics and let's just look at something. What's the pattern here? It's passion. When somebody wants something or doesn't want something, what do? They have tremendous amount of passion about what they believe in. So what's important for you to realize is, where is that person? Where is it that they're coming from? And if you stop and stop thinking about what you want for them, rather you're thinking about what it is that they're desiring, then it's going to make a very big difference. So let's think about this. Do they have a passion for what it is that you have to offer? Do they have a desire to have what it is that they want? Or do they have a need for what it is that you have to offer? Because that is a really key piece. When someone has a need, it becomes a lot more powerful for them. They have a listening that they might otherwise not have. And I'm going to give you an example. Many years ago, I was actually, I was a lot of things when it comes to diet. I was a vegan. I only ate what grew above the ground for a whole year. I was a vegetarian of various different types for at least 10 years. And during that time, I was very, very adamant about why it was that I was a vegetarian. I just felt like I didn't want the energy of heavy foods and all these kinds of things. That was my belief system, and that's cool. And I think vegetarianism is really awesome for those that are vegetarians. But for me, I had a very strong desire to be a vegetarian, but my body, it wasn't thinking that was such a great idea. I couldn't figure out why. I was very, very tired, and I had literally no energy. So I went to this Chinese doctor, and as I'm walking in, he doesn't even speak English, and he says to me, and I have no idea who this man is, he goes, you must eat meat. I started crying. I said, no, no. He said, you must eat meat. And I said, wait, I don't want to eat meat. I don't think I'm gonna eat meat. And so he showed me all my blood tests and what was going on. My body was really anemic. I was really not in a strong way in many, many areas. My body needed some proteins and some meat in my particular constitution that was necessary for me to have it. So what did I have? I had a need. So as a result, that need was something that I suddenly was able to hear because I knew I wasn't feeling very good. So the short story is we negotiated a little bit and we ended up agreeing that I would eat poultry and I would eat fish. And I was sold that it was really important. And I'll tell you when I really got sold is when after about 2 times of eating it, which was only twice a week for a while, I realized that I felt awesome. I had more energy. I felt what it was that I needed. So the point of this is that when you find a need with someone, you're going to find that they're going to be very willing to hear what it is you have to say. So think about to whom it is that you're speaking, think about their need, think about their desire, and you can find out, ask them on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you feel like you need this? And this can be with personal things as well, because when sometimes we have a desire for something, we may not have a need. And we might realize that the timing really isn't right. And other times it's like, well, I don't need it. I just want it. Okay, cool. At least there's clarity about that. So when you are speaking with people, then ask them where they're at. What, on a scale of 1 to 10, what is your need? On a scale of 1 to 10, what's your desire? On a scale of 1 to 10, what's your passion for that? And when you're clear about that, that's going to help you know how to work with them, how to speak to them, how to educate them. Because everything about selling is about education. If you change your headset to be realizing that you're just strictly giving people education, and give them the option and the freedom to choose. Yeah, I think this is great. No, I don't think this is so great. Well, then you get to stop trying to make people be what you would like them to be. Not that that activates any of our control issues or anything, but for some it does. And therefore, you can kind of take a look and see where is it that you are playing in this whole scenario. Are you trying to shove meat down a vegetarian's throat, or are you trying to help them see that something is necessary for them? I want you to know I'm not trying to get anybody to convert from a vegetarian to being a meat eater. I'm only using this as an example because I went through this myself. So if the need isn't fulfilled and the desire isn't strong and the passion isn't there, next, next. There's 7.347 billion people on the planet. I'm pretty sure you'll find somebody else that's going to fit into your category. And there's over 300 million, 321 million, I believe, in the United States. You don't probably need that many. So don't beat your head against the wall. Don't try to make people be where you want them to be. Educate them, give them the options. And if they're a yes after they're fully educated, yippee. If they're a no, go, yay, I'm glad you're clear about what it is that you desire, what you want, and what you need, and move on. Because if you try to beat the dead horse, as they say, you're not going to find yourself in a place where you feel good, they're not going to feel good, and you won't have to join the No Friends Left Club, because that's what a lot of people feel like. So today I want to ask you to please share this with someone that might be in a position where they could understand what it is that we're speaking about here and how it might support their lives. So share this video, and also thank you for sharing and making comments. I loved all the stuff that you guys were writing about the pets and about when I had my great day, when I had my helo be delivered, which tomorrow we're leaving for a conference about the helo, and I'm going to learn even more, which one of these days I'll be giving you a little update about. And I also want to leave you with the question for the day. Are you ready? What would it take for me to allow everyone to be whom it is that they are and experience what it is that they truly desire, love, and want to experience on every level? What would it take for me to allow everyone to have what it is that they want, what they need, and what they desire? The bottom line is that when you allow yourself to be in their shoes, you're going to find that you will become a better friend and your sales will expand. Your kids will listen better. Your husband might even give you what you want. And what do you know, husbands? Your wife just might be there providing you with what you want before you even have to ask. Have the most awesome day of your life so far. And remember that I'm going to be at this conference, so I may or may not be doing a Facebook Live on Friday. We'll see how it goes. Until then, thanks so much. Say that again?
Esateys.com.
Oh, Raphael say, don't forget, esateys.com. Go to the website. Check out what's happening there. www.esateys.com. I'm looking forward to connecting with you. Take care. Until next time.